I was recently shared an article about a brand new Nintendo Switch 2 accessory that adds a little bit of character to your Joy-Con 2. I found it really interesting, so I really want to talk about it. Now, to call this thing an accessory is kind of inaccurate because it's really just a little piece of plastic. So you would remove the side of the Joy-Con 2, you replace that side with this piece of plastic, and then it would add a little bit of color. Now, I don't believe, from what I'm seeing here, this is something that Nintendo would intend their customers to be replacing. It's hard to describe what I mean by that, so I'll just go ahead and show you here. So the article that I was shared is from Universal Nintendo. Now, this is the gallery in that article. So essentially the article is saying this is an accessory that you can buy from AliExpress. So that right away goes on to tell you that this particular one is not an official Nintendo product. Now, what I do find interesting though is it has little plastic clips on the sides. So it does look like you would pop out the original piece from the side of the Switch 2 Joy-Con, and then you would just snap in this piece. And if you see on this mock-up here, the original Joy-Con 2 is just all matte black, and the only pops of color you have are underneath the control sticks and on the sides that snap into the Switch 2. And then inside the Switch 2 itself has those same color accents. So this would add a little bit of color accent on the outside as well. And it looks like it goes along the majority of the Joy-Con 2, maybe even all along the bottom as well. So it would add a nice amount of color to the side, and I think it really adds a nice level of character. And the reason that I think this might not be something Nintendo would want you to replace is actually the second image here. In the second image, it actually looks like this piece of plastic, when it's removed, you see the screws, right? The screws are revealed. And so this looks like the piece that you would pop off to remove the screws in to then further open up the Joy-Con 2 to repair it. And I wouldn't imagine that Nintendo would be going out of their way to show an accessory or to sell an accessory that would require their customers to take a piece of plastic off where they would then reveal the screws. I really think that Nintendo would try to avoid customers seeing that, because most customers probably wouldn't pop the side off of their Joy-Con unless they were the kind of people that would, be interested in opening these things up and seeing what's inside, right? So Nintendo, I guess, I could be wrong. Nintendo could capitalize on this, right? And they could sell different colors, so you can have different, color patterns. But I think this is going to be limited to something that you buy on something like AliExpress or Temu or one of those websites, and that you would kind of like be a DIY thing. It is really cool, and I think that once I get the Switch 2, I would be interested in looking into buying something like this, because to be fair, these are mock-ups, right? But I think this makes the Switch 2 look really cool. Now, I do think the Switch 2 already looks really cool. I think the matte black design is really nice, but I really love this extra pop of color. So, I think this is something that I would be interested in picking up. So again, this doesn't really appear like something that Nintendo would really want their customers getting. I think showing the screws and like showing the pieces inside of your components is something they would want to avoid. So what I'll say is, if you are interested in, seeing me, get one of these and put it on, make a video on actually replacing the side of the Joy-Con, go ahead and hit that like button. Hitting the like button tells YouTube this is a good video, and more people should see it, and helps spread this video out to more viewers. And if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and click on my face right here to subscribe. Otherwise though, I'll see you on the next one.